With 60% of Britons now overweight, we are officially Europe's fattest nation. Despite the warnings, we perilously continue to scoff our way through tons of unhealthy food and hazardous amounts of alcohol. Welcome to Binge Britain. Bravely putting their bodies on the line to find out the damage we're doing to ourselves are these 6 super fit athletes. For 2 weeks, they've agreed to join the masses and binge on some of Britain's favourite foods. At the same time, they'll restrict their exercise to the national average, a mere 5,000 steps a day. The one catch, they've no idea what food they'll be eating. This week, ex-show jumper Oliver Skeet is stepping up for the challenge. Oliver Skeet agreed to spend 14 days eating one of the nation's worst diets so we can find out the damage it'll do to his amazing 50-year-old body, a body whose fitness level peaked when he was on one of these.
I started riding at the age of 36. I started off doing novice classes in Berkshire, and within 3 or 4 months I was jumping fox hunters, which is about 4'6". And about 6 months later, I was actually doing grade A's, which is like the highest fences you can jump. And kept falling off until I learned to do it properly. When I first started show jumping, I was a bouncer, and I was about 16 and a half stone. I was full of muscle. I used to be in the gym doing circuit training and stuff, so I was quite fit. But once I started riding, the actual training of the horses keeps you riding fit, which is what I needed. So the gym wasn't that important, but I still kept it up for my own sake.
In our family, he has been known as the fit one, quite rebellious in his younger days.
My current level of fitness is not what it used to be, but I still keep pretty fit. I'm in the gym like 3 or 4 times a week. I'm still jogging. I play badminton once or twice a week. I just keep myself pretty fit, so if I have to run away from the old bill or anything, I can do it. Right, this is my fridge, okay? Single man, so I have to look after myself. I eat anything without sugar. Loads of fruit, especially apples. I get tucked into a nice mango, which reminds me of home a little bit. When I make my sandwiches, I use low-fat mayonnaise. I love soup, carrot and coriander soup. I love garlic. Ooh la la. I just love chicken drumsticks. Absolutely brilliant. This is what I live on when I'm bodybuilding. These things are so good for you. If you see the athletes, they all eat them in between races and stuff. But I love salad. And I eat raw lemons. I just cut them and just suck on them. Absolutely love it.
Although he shows no signs of ageing, before Oliver can start the experiment, we need to record his vital statistics so that we can measure how his body changes over the next 14 days.
I can actually feel it beating a bit faster. But that's only since you touched me.
Chest, 99.5. 87. Biceps, 34.5. Good stuff.
Our results confirm he's super fit and healthy. His own GP's been consulted and Oliver's been given the all clear to start the trial. Oliver may have volunteered to undergo the experiment, but he doesn't know what his diet will be. In addition to his normal meals, this box contains the food he will have to eat for the next 2 weeks. Will he change his mind when he sees what's inside?
No! No! Cheese! I don't like cheese. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating none of it. No. Cheese. No, I'm not eating it. What is this? Man? What else is in there? just cheese. I have to eat all that cheese. No way. Oliver Skeet diet, 1 pound of cheese a day. Exercise no more than 5,000 steps. I'm gonna end up with a big stomach. I can't do that. Not the cheese, I don't like cheese. I'm gonna end up looking like a fatty, man.
5,000 steps is the equivalent of a 30-minute walk and is in fact the British average, but fitness fanatic Oliver's used to doing nearly 4 times that amount. He also rarely eats cheese. The recommended maximum daily intake is the size of a small matchbox, but many of the British population can put away an astonishing £1 a day.
I like cheese. I eat a lot of cheese.
About 4 or 5 times a week. I eat a lot of cheese in a week.
Yeah, I eat
good.
quite a bit of cheese as well.
About 10 slices of cheese a week.
I eat cheese probably 4 or 5 times a week.
But I do like cheese.
And long-term, a pound of cheese a day adds up to a dangerous level of fat.
It's got nearly 2,000 calories, which for a woman is about her required amount, and for a man it's 2,500, so it's a fair old proportion of your energy. It's 156 grams of fat. And the guideline daily amount for a man is 95. So you've got high calories, high fat, and to top it all, you've got 7.5 grams of salt in there. And the recommended amount is 6 grams.
And that's a lot of bad stuff pumping through your veins. With all that in mind, Oliver starts his diet with half a pound of mature cheddar, roughly 150 grams of fat.
Whoever thought of this cheese diet has got to be crazy. I have to eat that twice a day. Right, first cheese meal, okay? Cheese ham, Branston pickle. I love cheese, it's beautiful.
Half a pound gone, half a pound to go, and it's time for lunch.
May the Lord kill me for what I'm about to receive. Here we go. Oh. Getting hard to swallow it now. I spoke to my mum today and told her what I was doing. And she said, why? Why are you doing that? You know you don't like cheese. I said, yeah, Mum, I know. Okay, right, I've just come into the kebab shop and the boys are going to weigh out 252 grams of mozzarella cheese and they're going to make me a big, big pizza, which I'm going to scoff right here.
Put all cheese on it.
More than 1.8 billion slices of frozen pizza are sold each year, and each contains up to a staggering 20% fat.
Let's see how it tastes, yeah? I'm not really enjoying this at the moment because it's playing havoc with my body at the moment. I can feel I'm bloated already and it's not funny. If it works out that, you know, my stomach's getting too big, I will definitely quit. Right. See that? Not good.
Oliver's bloating could be down to one of the many side effects of eating too much cheese: constipation. After leaving the small intestine, waste that's left over enters the colon or large intestine, where the body gets its last chance to absorb the water and minerals into the blood, leaving behind solid waste product. When the muscles of the colon are sluggish, it absorbs too much water and the stool becomes hard and dry, resulting in constipation. Hopefully for Oliver, his bowels will keep on moving, but with his cheese quota to hit, he's decided to bring in some help in the form of his nephews.
All right, the boys are here now. I've got some macaroni going on there. I've got some cheese sauce going on over there. And my nephews, man. 2 bad boys from Ealing. These 2 boys cook professionally in some hotel somewhere. I'm having to eat cheese this and cheese that. And them boys are eating curries, man. And I'm eating cheese. Poor man's food.
That's right.
Poor man's food. I can't be dealing with all this.
Even with family help, Oliver's having trouble with the cheese. And after the break, life really starts to turn bad.
This is throwing up. This is really, really bad.
The toilet just keeps calling.
Right, and I need to go now. Right, I need to go. Oh, my God. Get out!
And Oliver learns some shocking news.
I would never eat another bit of cheese as long as I live, right? Because of what you've just told me.
Ex-show jumper Oliver Skeet is halfway through his high-fat challenge. He's eating a pound of cheese a day for 2 weeks so we can measure the effects on his body.
No way!
So far, Oliver's been struggling to get the cheese down. And with 9 days and 9 pounds still to go, it seems his body is determined to reject it.
Oh, hello. God, listen, it's 10:30. I had to miss a day yesterday because I just wasn't well, man. That cheese thing's not good for me. I was just throwing up. It's just really, really bad. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it because I can't swallow the damn cheese anymore. But I'm going to give it a try this morning. I'm not giving up. It's just that I physically could not eat cheese yesterday. And I spent the whole day just doing nothing. And I'm just not feeling too good at all.
Oliver is starting to feel the extreme side effects of eating so much cheese. But if he were to carry on eating this much fat long term, the reactions could be far worse, as he put himself at high risk of heart disease. This is a condition that affects the coronary arteries, the vessels that enable the heart to pump blood around the body. When fatty deposits build up in them, it's difficult for the blood to get through. Eventually, the arteries can get blocked, stopping the flow of blood. This then triggers a heart attack. Meanwhile, it's day 9, and Oliver's cheese-induced constipation has begun to take a surprising twist, and he's calling the Binge Britain producer.
I've done some stupid things in my time, but this is the worst. No ice cream machine. Right now, I've got a gurgly stomach and everything, mate, and it's the 3rd time today, and it's not even 12 o'clock yet. I swear, man, it's not funny, right? And I need to go now, right? I need to go. Hold on. This is what's happening to me, yeah? Every 20 minutes, every half an hour, I feel like I'm going to go to the toilet. I'm blowing off like nobody's business. My friends don't want to know. Nobody wants to come in bloody way near me. And it's really beginning to get to me now. Oh, my God. It's like having a for your backside, man. Do you know what that's like? Get out!
Just 7 days ago, Oliver was suffering from constipation, but now he's got diarrhea. His digestive system is struggling to cope with the dramatic increase in his fat intake and is trying to expel the cheese from his body as quickly as possible. After frequent trips to the loo, Oliver finally managed to eat most of his cheese, but the next day he's on the verge of quitting.
Okay, bruv, this is the score now, yeah?
I feel that if I handle it differently,
it is totally impossible for anybody to eat a pound of cheese a day, okay? I'm giving it my best shot. As you can see here, I've got macaroni cheese, okay? But it's just boring and it's really, really hard to swallow after a little while. And, you know, to be honest with you, I'm trying my best, but I'm on the verge of giving up because I just can't do it. I was totally ill yesterday. And, you know, and it's the cheese thing. It's just blowing me up. It's making me feel uncomfortable. It's stopping me from sleeping. It's just, making me feel down, to be honest with you.
It's now day 11, and with things on the edge of meltdown, Oliver calls his nephew Emerson back to see if he can perform the impossible. Can he find a way to make the cheese palatable?
Cauliflower, broccoli mani.
Bruv, it looks good, man. I hope it tastes as good as it looks, you know.
You know what? I think you'll be all right. Enough vegetables to the sauce and cheese proportion. You get me? So I think you'll be all right.
With a sauce containing a pound of red Leicester, roughly 153 grams of fat, will this dish be good enough to save the day?
I took everything out.
It's the best cheese dish I've had so far. It's tasty. The salad, the vegetables really crispy, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice, and I might even go back for seconds.
Emerson managed to cook a cheese dish that Oliver liked, but the next day he's feeling bad again.
Okay, it's day 12, and it's got to be about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just can't sleep. I can't sleep, but I'm counting the days now because I've only got 2 left. I've got face tomorrow and Sunday. I just can't deal with it. It's horrible. I spoke to a friend of mine today, Isabella Hervey, and I told her what I was doing, and she called me a lard ass. It's the first time I've sat here and spoke properly to you guys because I've just been so angry. But I'm so tired now. I've got no fight left in me, actually. It's just horrible.
Oliver's competitive streak kicked in, and he's set to work getting through his last 2 days' worth of cheese when the experiment would finally be over.
There you go.
Time for him to meet GP Dr. Wendy Denning and nutritionist Vicky Edson to assess the physical and emotional effects. After 2 weeks of mood swings, it seems Oliver has perked up.
Now, I've got 5 sisters, right, that live out in Barbados, right? And my mum's got this habit, right? Why are you going to leave that on that plate? Now, my sisters are like that. Big, fat things, every single one of them. And my mum, right? And they do not leave anything. We go out there and I leave something on my plate, they're frightened over it. You know, they go, I'll have that. And I'm looking at them and I think, that's why you're all fat.
You know when you've had enough and you stop. You've got your own inbuilt portion control.
We've seen that you've had a lot of side effects. What was your worst side effect?
To be honest with you, my stomach was grumbling all the time, and it just felt heavy and bloated.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I was blowing off quite a lot as well, right? And it's horrible, and it gave me bad breath, and I felt like this is designed to make me feel and look horrible, and you know, and it made me feel bad.
Did you notice any other symptoms?
It messed up my sleeping pattern. Have I hit something there?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Wendy will explain.
Well, it's very hard to digest cheese, and if your body isn't able to digest something, you tend not to sleep well.
So how has eating 156 grams of fat every day affected our super fit show jumper? Oliver's medical tests have been repeated following the 2-week experiment. Time to reveal the results.
We'll start with the easy ones first.
Okay.
You've put on 2 inches around your waist.
Christ, that's a lot, isn't it, really?
Yeah. 2 weeks, 2 inches.
Christ, imagine me doing that for a year.
No.
Well, exactly. Your lung capacity on a peak flow machine has dropped from 675 to 560, which is a drop of almost 20%. No, this is serious.
This is really serious, yeah.
You know, and I think there are good reasons for that. Dairy is mucus producing, and so what that does is a lot of mucus in the respiratory tract actually slows everything down, if you like. And the final thing, which is a very doctoring thing, but it's a blood test, and what it does is it looks at the amount of inflammation that's going on in the body. And it's something called the C-reactive protein, and it looks to see whether you're in an inflammatory state in the body. Well, when you finish the challenge, you'll see reactive protein had gone from a very normal 5 or below 5 to 30. So what that says is you are in quite an inflammatory state at the end of this 2-week process.
God, I'm glad it's over. 2 weeks is long enough. I mean, if that's what it's going to do to my body, right, to be honest, right, I would never eat another bit of cheese as long as I live, right, because of what you've just told me. Yeah, I mean, like, not even in small quantities, because to me it's a danger food, because there's so much fat in it, and it stops you from, you know, it's going to make my lungs funny and make my palms sweat. Why would anybody want to eat it?
Over the 2 weeks, Oliver has had bloating, diarrhea, vomiting, mood swings, extreme lethargy and skin outbreaks. He's had a pretty rough time.
I've got boils on my arse, I've got spots on my back, I've got creaky knees, I've got sweaty palm. Why did I do this?
At the end of the day, you know, most people have absolutely no idea what the effects can be. So by illustrating how quickly a super fit body can go downhill, and you did.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
In 2 weeks, it will give other people an idea of just how damaging it might be to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure was all yours.
It was.
Oliver suffered a dodgy stomach, bloating, lethargy and skin outbreaks, but within just 2 weeks he's back to his original fitness and on his bike, keeping away from the cheese. Next time on Binge Britain, medal-winning swimmer Karen Pickering indulges in one of the nation's most sinful snacks.
You've got to be joking. That's just not right.
With shocking results.
That's awful.
Find out what sinful snack is causing Karen such a shock at 7:30 next week. Next on 5, a new team get to grips with the nation's nutrition in the brand new series of Diet Doctors, Inside and Out.